Hello, everyone. My name is Dengiz Kürşat from Avertis. We've been practicing real estate in North Cyprus for a very, very long time, actually 20 years now. And today I wanted to talk to you about a specific project that the owners, the developers themselves were so kind enough to give us a presentation for a number of long hours, actually, yesterday. Um, the project itself is named the Habitat. It is one of the biggest projects located in the northern coast of the island. And I wanted to talk to you about it today because I was so excited with the location that it is being opened at. Before I dive into that, I'll show you a little bit about the project. It is going to be the biggest project in the north coast of the island. It is going to be composed of 1,400 units. It is very, very close to the sea. As you can see, it's about 250 to 300 meters to the sea, to the beach. And actually, there are one, two, three, even four beaches in the area. But what excited me the most actually was the location. As you can see, it's not only close to the sea, but it's also on the main road, which makes it particularly interesting because I'm going to pull up my Google Earth now to show you exactly where it is. This is the town called Tatlısu Küçükerenköy area, and this is the actual plot where the development is going to be built upon. Now, the importance is that if you consider the north coast of the island, and this being Kyrenia, and this being Tatlısu Kaplıca area, this coastal area is composed of about 60 kilometers in total. And the interesting part is that it's the up and coming area whereby you have the bustling town on the west of Kyrenia with all sorts of amenities, all sorts of hotels, casinos, clubs, everything you name it. But also the on the eastern side, you have the natural beauty of things, and the coastline is wonderful in itself. It's very picturesque. It's an up and coming area, and it's going to be where the Kyrenia region is expanding as we speak. But the point is, in about 60 kilometers, 57 kilometers of a stretch of a shoreline, which is developing and up and coming, there isn't much of a commercial activity, commercial center, let's say, that is going on. The problem with this is that even though it's idyllic, even though it's calm, it's not noisy, population density is low and everything, the problem is if you were to, if you wanted to buy something for your child on a Sunday morning for a breakfast or something like that, it would be very, very difficult to drive to Kyrenia or to drive to Tatlısu area to find even a grocery shop that is open at that point in time. Now, the thing about this habitat development is that because of its size, it's going to be composed of 1,400 units. And because of the location being on the main road, which allows commercial developments to be opened up, the commercial entities there, like the pharmacies, like the grocery shops, like the telephone shops, like, you name it, the exchange rate shops, whatever. Everything that's going to be based there is going to be feasible in the sense that it's going to be commercially feasible and they're going to work because 1,400 units will correspond to about 2,500 people living there on any given time, meaning any type of cafe, any type of grocery store, any type of sports activity center, whatever that's going to be opened up there is going to be working. This is very exciting because this 60-kilometer stretch of road, of highway, does not have anything similar of this nature, which makes it very, very attractive because that means a lot of people will only be interested in purchasing in this development because of the proximity of these amenities of these commercial establishments. Now, going back to the PDF file, if you take a look, we're talking about a total land area of 267,000 square meters, which is huge, with a green area of 200,000 square meters. Again, quite a significant amount of green area. As you can see, there are 5,000 square meters of commercial area. And if you do the math and if you place each and every shop to about 100 square meters or even less, you are talking about at least 50 commercial units there that are going to be opened up in this specific development itself. Again, it makes it very attractive. 50 shops, you can put anything, any type of clothing shop, any type of bakery, any type of coffee shop is gonna be put there, along with the fact that there's going to be opened up a gas station in very close proximity. I believe in about 3 or 4 kilometers away from this development, there's going to be a petrol station that's going to be opened up. This will become the new commercial area of that entire 57, 60 kilometer strip of the northern coast of Cyprus that I mentioned you before. So everybody basically living in this area, everybody that's going to be living in this strip on the coast will be basically commuting to Habitat to take care of their basic needs, such as buying petroleum, such as buying pharmaceutical items, such as going to the grocery store, even to have a cup of coffee on a time off. This is very advantageous. I mean, if you take a look at all the other developments, they do not have such advantages. They do not have commercial areas. They do not have 50 shops for sure. They might have a cafe or a small restaurant or something, but they don't have 50 shops, one next to the other, which makes it very advantageous. Now, again, this is the project overview. It's going to have 1.2 kilometers of a boulevard. It's going to have, bicycle roads, jogging roads, everything. A lot of trees. It's going to be perfectly green. And if you take a look again in the area, what's going to happen is that this is just because I explained you earlier, and it's going to become the epicenter of the whole commercial activity that is basically scattered around. But in this particular location, there is practically nothing much to do. And this particular project is going to add so much value in this regard that the entire area, the profile of the entire area is going to be lifted. Again, please take a look. This Tatlussu arrow, where the red arrow is, that town is very close to where the habitat is going to be built upon. And you can see in Tatlussu itself, there is a lot of, beaches, nice locations for nature, golf clubs and everything, but commercial activity is very limited. And again, the point is Habitat will make a great contribution to this area. It will add a lot of value to this area. And in return, of course, a lot of interest will be generated in this project itself. You can, as I said, the beauty is there. It's a wonderful area. You can see the mountain ranges, and I'm in love with our mountains. The Kyrenia mountain ranges, in my opinion, it's spectacular. It's beautiful mountain range. The beaches are there, wonderful lagoon beaches, golf course, 18-hole championship golf course. I think it's the best in the area, in the Eastern Mediterranean, actually. Again, Alagada Turtle Beach is only about 10-15 minutes drive away. Again, World Heritage Sites, wonderful beach. Kyrenia is very close by. Famagusta is very close by. But again, Tatlussu is going to be in the center of everything. Now, going back, there is another good news is that, of course, you're looking at it from up above, and you see everything flat in two-dimensional scheme. But actually, there's a huge elevation difference from where the project starts all the way to where the project ends. Actually, you're talking about 60 meters elevation difference between the starting point and the ending point of the project, which makes it about 20 stories, actually 20 floors higher. The ending point, the topmost point, is about 20 floors higher than the starting point where the commercial shops are. That means that's another added value. That means almost all of the apartment units there will have elevated sea views, and the sea views will not be blocked. Another wonderful advantage. Hey, let's face it, if you're living in Cyprus, if you're living very close to the sea, about 250 meters to the sea, you might as well have nice sea views. And this is going to be practically, I'm trying to, pick the right word. I cannot say 100% guaranteed, but highly likely that you will have unobstructed sea views. Tons of facilities, kids play area, all types of lounge bars, waterfalls, reading areas, wellness centers, social entertainment centers, everything. But another first in Cyprus for this type of development is that, as you know, a lot of attention, especially post-COVID era, is being placed into nomad type of living, whereby people work online and it really doesn't matter where they're living actually. However, this does require this nomad type of living and lifestyle does require a certain type of, let's say, commercial office space whereby one can basically sit down without too much noise, without too much, distractions, and basically do their job on a day in, day out basis. So this habitat development is also designed to keeping that in mind. There will be a business center whereby nomad people can basically use and take care of their business, online business in these areas themselves. It's going to go to them for free. And also, if you think about it, it's an excellent place to be networking because a lot of nomads will come there to basically take care of their businesses. Again, 250 meters to the sea. Kyrenia, the bustling town of Kyrenia, where I live, is about 37 minutes drive from Augusta 39, and Iskele, the Long Beach area, is about 31 minutes drive. Two airports very close by. One is about 40 minutes away. The other one's about a little bit over an hour away. And the Paphos airport, which is not as much used as the Larnaca and Ercan airports, is about 2 hours, 30 minutes away. Also, very interesting payment plan. You can get into one by putting down 30% of the actual sales price. And then for 6 months, you don't get to pay anything. In about 6 months, you don't pay anything. After 6 months, you pay another 10% of the payment. Again, you get a 6 months break. You pay nothing. So in 1 year, you basically pay about 40%, 50% of the total amount. And after that period, the remaining 50% is financed to interest-free, which is, I believe, very important at this day and age where the interest rates are quite high. The remaining balance is the 50% is you can pay in interest-free installments for 36 months. So essentially, we're talking about a 48 month payment plan. The initial 12 months, 30%, 10%, 10%, and the remaining 50% payable in 36 months, which makes it quite advantageous because zero interest rate means you save a lot of money. If you were to go and draw credit from any bank, remortgage your property or whatever, you're talking about 40%, even 5% in today's interest rates on mortgage expenses, on mortgage interest rates. If you multiply that by 4 years, you're talking, a lot of interest to be paid, which is not the case in this specific payment plan. Which means that the developer is practically financing your purchase. Again, the project will be delivered at a certain point in time. We're talking about 18 to 24 months, and the remaining of the period you'll be able to use the property. However, you can continue paying even though you didn't complete the payment. The starting prices are £95,000 for the studio garden apartments, which I believe actually are fantastic offers. One bedrooms are about £140,000. Duplex penthouses, which are the best sellers and my favorites in my opinion, £155,000, and the bungalows are £430,000. Again, 30% down, 6 months break, 10%, another 6 months break, another 10%, and the remaining payable in 36 months. The good thing is that the return of investment is quite high in these units because you can rent them on a short-term basis. Nightly rental fees for studio apartments, what I see based on experience, is about 60 to 70 euros per night. And the occupancy rate is about 55 to 60% per annum, which makes it a considerable ROI. You're talking about 6, 7, 8%, depending on how well you furnish your property. ROI per annum, return on investment per annum, which makes these investments, again, not only for accommodation or for usage, but also a wonderful investment opportunity. And again, 6, 7, 8% return of investments is not really attainable anywhere else in the Mediterranean basin, especially in the western part of the Mediterranean, in Spain and Portugal. However, Cyprus is advantageous in that regard, and it provides the highest return of investment in these types of purchases. Yes, Habitat is very, very exciting. It is going to be basically in my opinion, the epicenter of the North Coast area. It will have tons of commercial opportunities, commercial space to be used not only by the residents of Habitat, which is about 2,500 people, which is going to be about them 2,500 people, but also almost everybody else in the area. It is quite advantageous. I strongly recommend you take a look into them. This is very unique in that respect. Take a look, and if you're interested, please let me know. I'll be happy to guide you which unit to purchase, which unit would be the most interesting, highest return of investment possible. What would you build? Thank you for listening to me. Again, please don't hesitate to reach out at me. You will find my contact details at the link below, and hope to see you in sunny Northern Cyprus very, very soon. Take care and have a wonderful day.